What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to talk about the new Thanksgiving event in ROX. But before we start the video, do you have problems AFK grinding in ROX? Do you always worry that you may overcharge or the battery of your phone, tablet, or laptop may overheat? Do you worry about your electricity bill when grinding using your personal computer that is running for days non-stop? Or do you encounter intermittent connection from your internet service provider, which disconnects your character when AFK grinding? Well, if that is the case, then UgPhone can solve all of your problems. UgPhone is a cloud phone that runs independently in the cloud, and it does not consume the memory or battery of your physical device. Even if you close the UgPhone app, your game will still continue to run in the cloud, which makes this the perfect phone for AFK grinding for 24 hours, 7 days a week non-stop.
Nice.
You can also run multiple instances of UgPhone in one account, which allows you to play and grind multiple games simultaneously. As you can see, my Shura and Royal Guard are AFK grinding at the same time. UgPhone is available in Google Play for Android, App Store for iOS, Windows Store for PC, and you can also use a web browser to run UgPhone. So if you want to try out UgPhone, you can use my link shown in the description below. And you can also use my invitation code, which really helps me out. So thank you guys, and thank you UgPhone for the sponsor. Now let's get back to the video. Well, to be honest, this is not really a new event when it comes to ROX. And it's also not your typical event where you have to complete daily missions from the Carnival quest. This event is more about spending and selling crystals in the exchange center. So let's break this event down into two parts. First part is where you can get the cute reindeer headgear, and the second part is where you can get the Peri Peri Prodigy title. The first part is very simple and straightforward. You just need to accumulate the designated number of crystals in order to get the following rewards. The first milestone is when you accumulate 400k crystals, you can get an upgrading selection pack. The second milestone is at 900k crystals and you can get a refinement selection pack. The third milestone is at 1.6 million crystals and you can get the enchantment selection pack. And for the fourth and final milestone, which is at 2.4 million crystals, this is where you can get the main prize for this activity, which is the cute reindeer headgear. To be honest, I am not really a fan of this activity because the rewards for each milestone is not really that good as compared to the selection packs, which are easily obtainable in the memory store. And if I remember it correctly, the progression packs available in the memory store are much more better than what we have in this event. At the same time, the main prize, which is the cute reindeer hat, is only for cosmetic purposes. It only has one card slot, which is not really that useful if you compare it to other headgears in the game. This is purely for cosmetic purposes. However, if you have the resources to get it, then feel free to go for the main prize. The next question is, how can you accumulate the crystals in order to reach the specified milestones? You can do that in two ways. One is when you are buying items in the exchange center. So if you buy items worth 400k crystals in the EC, then you will be able to reach the first milestone. On the other hand, if you sell items in the EC, the amount of crystals that you can get when selling items will also be included in this activity's progression. If you're wondering if you can do it both at the same time, the answer to that is also yes. For example, if you buy an item worth 200k and at the same time you were able to sell an item which is also worth 200k, then those two amounts will be added together and you will reach the 400k milestone. I hope that this is clear, so you can either buy and sell your way to the final price, or you can also do it both at the same time. It's really up to the player's preference. If you ask me if the rewards are worth it, I would say no. As mentioned earlier, this is for cosmetic purposes only, not really something that can have a huge impact on your character's progression. Moving on to the second part of the event, which is getting the Peri Peri Prodigy title. The mechanics for this activity is also very simple and straightforward. You just need to reach 100k worth of crystals in daily transactions in the exchange center, and you have to do this for 7 days in order to complete the daily milestones. The main difference between the two activities is that the first one doesn't require you to accumulate crystals on a daily basis. You can spend a total of 2.4 million crystals and you can immediately get the cute reindeer hat, as compared to the second activity where you have to do a total of 100k crystal transactions every day. Another thing that is different from these two activities is that your daily milestone doesn't really have any rewards like the first one. You don't really get any progression packs when reaching a specific milestone. The main benefit for doing this activity is that you can get a 4% cashback on all of your purchases in the game. What does that mean? For example, the total amount of crystals that I have currently accumulated right now is at 7,480. When you get the 4% of that amount, you will get 299 crystals back. That is how the cashback mechanic works. So if you are using the Kafra VIP, then you will get double the cashback amount for all your purchases during the event. So a player that doesn't use a Kafra VIP will only get 4% back, while a player that uses a Kafra VIP will get 8% back from their transactions. Now if you ask me, which reward is better? The cute reindeer hat or the Peri Peri Prodigy title? In my opinion, it is much better to get the title than the headgear. The reason for this is because if we look at the post from ROX, the Peri Peri Prodigy title gives our character +5 to all attributes, from int, dex, luck, strength, and vitality. For me personally, that is more worth it than a cosmetic headgear. Although, if you prefer to get the cosmetic headgear, feel free to do so, since this will be dependent on the player's preference anyway. You have to take note that this event will only run for a week, starting today November 25 to December 1. Another question that will probably be asked is about the ongoing buyback event. When you sell items in the buyback event, will the accumulated crystal be included in the Thanksgiving event progression? The answer to that is no. The crystals that you accumulate in the buyback event will not be included in the Thanksgiving event progression. Here is an example. The total transaction that I have for this character is 5,038. So I will try to sell items in the buyback event worth 1 voucher or 10k crystals. As you can see, the total transaction did not change, so the buyback and Thanksgiving events are two separate activities that doesn't really overlap with each other. And that's it for today's video. I hope that my explanation regarding the Thanksgiving event is clear. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more ROX content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. GG!
You're a superhero.